Hello and welcome! The second perk of Barrow-Dyad Exotic SMG is officially out and I'm going to show you how to get it. First, you'll want to find a secret portal inside the Nether, so go ahead and launch the activity and you'll specifically want to land in the trenchway, so if you don't, just keep relaunching until you do. When you've landed, you can just follow my pathway. Basically, you'll want to go to the other side of the trenchway that has a giant hole in the middle. You're going to jump on the other side and all the way on the left side of the entire area. When you pull out your ghost, you'll start to see some invisible platforms appear. Keep jumping on those invisible platforms until you make it through the doorway. Inside to the left, there's going to be a yellow glowing thing. Here's where it gets interesting. Some of you guys will be able to interact with it and spawn a portal right next to you, but some of you guys aren't going to be able to do that, including me. A lot of people, including myself, thought this was bugged, but it's actually not, because we figured out how to do it. Bungie actually wants you to go into the Nether and do multiple secret puzzles in order to be worthy to open up the portal. In each of the rooms except for the beatball room, you'll be able to find a boss that you need to kill or to complete a mechanic. Now these bosses don't always spawn in, which is why you're probably not worthy to open up the portal, because there might be one or two that you're missing. So let me show you all the mechanics and the bosses and what you have to do. Firstly, you do not have to kill all of these bosses in the same instance. As long as you've killed them once in your guardian lifetime, you're good to go. And that's because whenever you're done with a puzzle, a chest appears for you to pick up, and when you do, it's gonna drop something called coalescence. And in order for you to open up the portal, you have to collect all the coalescence from the secrets. And secondly, I just mentioned that, but if you end up not finding that specific secret in your instance, please relaunch it. Sometimes they just don't spawn in. Let's start with the trenchway. Move over to this side of the area with the giant hole in the middle. On the very left, it has that extra floating island, and yes, we are going to be turning on torches to spawn in an ogre boss. So the first torch is right here on this side, then you're going to cross over to that island either by jumping or by using those invisible platforms. There's going to be a torch to the right and to the left side that you're going to turn on as well, and then the ogre spawns in and you're gonna kill him. Do not forget to pick up the chest. Now for the next one, you do not have to stay in the same instance. You can just relaunch the Nether until you get the next few bosses. The second boss is located in the Hall of Souls. Starting on this boss platform, make a right and jump all the way across and take that bridge down, and then make sure you stay to the left, because in that corner you're gonna wake up that thrall. Punch him, and your main goal is to bring him to a specific location. So just follow the pathway that I'm taking inside the next room towards the worms in a corner. You know it works because he'll crouch down and the thrall is actually going to turn into an acolyte. Punch the acolyte, and now you want to lead him outside this room and across this bridge to another corner with a bunch of worms on the ground. Let him crouch down and he's going to turn into a knight. Whenever the knight appears, you can kill him and you'll have another knight that appears, and make sure to kill him as well, and then you'll be able to pick up the chest. The last secret boss is located in the mausoleum, so go ahead and drop down to this side where the tentacles are, and you have to shoot a specific taken orb. So you can use a long range weapon, look up to this side underneath the tentacle and you'll see the taken orb. Shoot it, and an enemy appears right in front of you. Make sure to kill him. Now we're gonna do that 3 more times, so run down the entire pathway and look around the right corner. At the top is the taken orb to shoot. Make sure to kill the enemy that spawns. The next taken orb is on top of this tiny tentacle. You can actually shoot it and see it from right where you're at, and then just kill the enemy that spawns in. The final taken orb will be to the left of you, so just look to the left, and inside that hole of tentacles is the taken orb for you to shoot. This is gonna spawn in another enemy, so go ahead and kill him and then pick up the chest that spawns. Now that you have done all of that, you can relaunch the Nether until you get the trenchway, go back up to that secret portal room, and you will be worthy to open up the portal. Now once you are ready to jump to the portal, inside, there's gonna be 2 chests that you have to open, and when you do, you're gonna get a catalyst drop for your Barrow-Dyad. With this heavy Osseous spine, you're gonna bring it back to the slab at Eris's apartment and turn it into an actual quest. At Eris's apartment, remember that there is a taken ball that you can either turn into the dark side or the light side. Please make sure you turn it to the light side because we're currently working on the next catalyst, so you want to be on the one that's called Ambition. Your new official quest will be called a Hammer's Path, and what it wants you to do now is to rank up the slab of Ambition all the way to rank 12. Yes, this is going to be quite a grind, but I have some really cool strats to show you. Before we get into that though, I really quickly want to say thank you so much for coming into this video and watching. If you haven't already, please leave a like and subscribe. It would mean so much to me. Alright, so if you want to quickly rank up your reputation at the slab, here's how to do it. In your inventory, you probably have a currency called metastasized essentia. If you happen to have 10 or more of those in your inventory, go to the Eris's apartment. On the left side of her room is going to be this hive looking thing that you can turn in 10 of those, and when you do, you actually get 209 reputation for the slab. So if you're carrying like 30 of them right now, that's like 600 reputation you get off the bat. Now for the actual strat, you can launch the Nether on either normal or expert. The numbers for reputation don't change. Your first goal is to run around and find the metastasized essentia material, the one that we just turned in. In every one of the areas like the trenchway, the monocelum, and so on, there's only going to be 2 minimum or maximum that you can find. However, for you to actually keep the material in your inventory, you have to complete the entire first encounter. So go ahead and find the 3 rituals that you have to interrupt, and then in this case, I had to kill the tormentor, and that will spawn in the chest. Now, picking up the chest not only allows you to keep the material in your inventory, but you also get between 130 and 150 reputation. And of course, you get a bunch of loot. So you're just gonna keep repeating this entire strat the entire time. Whenever you reach 10 of those materials, you can go back to Eris's apartment, turn it in, and it gives you an instant 209 reputation. Once you've reached rank 12 and picked up the sumptuous repast on the mastery rank, which is the final one, your quest will change to the next quest step, which will now be asking you to complete an expert version of the Nether using only close-range weapons like shotguns, glaives, or swords, as well as Barrow-Dyad. That means you have to have Barrow-Dyad equipped along with either a shotgun or a glaive in the secondary slot, and as for your heavy, you can put on a sword. Now all you do is complete the entire Nether on expert with everything equipped, or you can even just do the Nether on expert until you get very close to killing the boss on the final stage, and then switch to all the weapons that you need and complete it. And that will drop you your new perk called Hatchling Refit, which now you can bring over to the Enclave and equip it on your weapon. That was quite a grind. If you're missing the previous perk, I actually have another guide up on my YouTube to show you exactly how to get that one as well. Now we have to wait for Act 3 to get the last 2 remaining perks. And whenever they drop, I will make sure I have a guide up as soon as possible. With that being said, thank you so much for coming into the guide and watching the video. I really hoped this helped you out and got you your perk. And if it did, please leave a like and subscribe. It would mean so much to me. I will either see you in a future live stream on Twitch or in another video. Bye!